Okay, guys, so if you join me standing up, just give yourself a little bit of space. I'm going to move my chair a little bit this way so we can do our Kati Chakrasana to start. So bring yourself to standing, but with your feet nice and wide apart. You can soften your knees a little bit to make this more comfortable to hold. And we're going to spend just a moment with the knees soft, just pushing our weight from one foot to the other. So a little bit of feeling what it's like to hold the weight more on one side and then the other. Very good. And as you do that, becoming aware of that sensation of the foot you're moving away from getting lighter, the foot you're moving towards, the contact with the floor getting stronger. And then bringing yourself into the center. Hopefully your feet now feel quite connected down, and we'll begin our twisting Kati Chakrasana. So ragdoll pose. And this pose, it's great if you can, have a late arrival. If you can lift your pelvic floor and engage your abdominal muscles as well. There we are. So thinking about creating that length through the body from the undercarriage, so from the perineum all the way to the crown of the head. We're lengthening tall and at the same time twisting as well. And as we twist, you might be aware of that feeling of moving the weight across the soles of the feet. And now for me, it's more front to back. So as I twist to one side, I get the weight into one heel and the front of the opposite foot. As I twist to the other side, the weight distributes in the opposite way. Softening the shoulders, softening the arms, releasing the hands, keeping the fingers nice and relaxed. Let your hands just find their way to a gentle tap on your body, if that feels comfortable, at the end of their movement. And then only if you want to, you can pivot on your toes as you twist. And this requires just that little bit of additional stability in your center, so focusing on your tummy muscles, maybe your buttocks a little bit. This is a little bit more of a challenge to the balance as we move the feet and twist at the same time. And then for anyone who would like to do it, you don't need to, particularly if your hips or knees are bothering you, you can give a little soft bend or bounce of the knees in the center. A bounce and twist. Trying to do this movement only with your low body. So avoid bending your chest forward as you bounce. Just dropping your bottom down. With this freedom in the legs, perhaps you feel a different sensation of stretch or movement across the hips. When you're ready, you can let your bounce go and simply pivot on your toes if you're doing that. And then let your feet come to stillness and sway yourself, your upper body back to stillness as well. When you come back to the center, adjusting your feet if you feel you need to, standing really tall, rolling the palms of the hands forward to allow the shoulder blades to come towards each other in the back of the body, lengthening through the whole body up to the crown of the head, drawing the belly muscles in just a touch, maybe engaging the buttocks just a touch, pelvic floor just a touch, closing your eyes or gazing gently downward, and taking a moment to feel your body, to feel your breath. And to become aware of your state of mind, Perhaps you're aware of things that are on your mind, or perhaps you're aware of particular emotions. And if you're not, it doesn't matter. And if you are, not getting caught up in any one sensation or emotion or thought, just observing. When you're ready, you can bring your hands together at the center of the chest. Lift your chest, taking your chin towards your chest so you feel that length down the back of the neck between the shoulder blades or across the shoulders. And here we're going to do our neck circles from here. So a little gentle smile, and we'll roll the right ear towards the right shoulder, and then bring the chin back towards the chest, and then roll the left ear towards the left shoulder, and chin back towards the chest. So really gentle, side to side, just forwards, and feeling that movement becoming just a touch easier with every repetition. When you feel ready, you can begin to join up your right shoulder by lifting the chin up and taking the ear to your left shoulder. So we make like a D shape, rolling chin to chest, right ear to right shoulder, chin up, left ear to left shoulder, but not backwards, just forwards and up. Make this your last rotation in this direction, and then reverse the motion. Left ear to left shoulder, chin up, right ear to right shoulder, chin down. Left ear to left shoulder, chin up, right ear to right shoulder, chin down. One more time in this direction. And finishing with the chin down towards the chest, gentle smile, and roll your head back to center. Release your arms down to your sides, and roll the shoulders. Very good. You can do all of this sitting down if you prefer. Not a problem at all. I'm going to roll in the opposite direction as well. Very good. Today we're going to stabilize with our right hands. So we're going to place the right hand onto the belly so that we are aware of the muscles engaged there just a little bit. Soften the knees or sitting down. Left hand onto left shoulder or in the vicinity of left shoulder. And then drawing circles with your left elbow. And just taking it slow. So it might be that your circles are nice and compact. And it might be that they're a little bit more expansive. Find your way into a movement that feels good to your neck and shoulders and chest and back. At the same time as keeping a little bit of that action across the belly muscles and perhaps across the buttocks as well. Maybe. Who knows? Let's go in the opposite direction as well. Very good. And usually one direction, or sometimes both, can be a bit clunky and clicky. And that's okay, as long as it doesn't feel sore. And if it feels sore, you need to back off the movement a little bit, make it smaller, or perhaps decide that it's just not right for you on this side. At the end of your movement, just let your left hand relax. We'll swap the hands on the belly. A little bit of firmness across the belly, right fingertips towards right shoulder, and making those circles on the right side. And if you've done it the opposite way around, it won't matter at all. So if you want, you can make the circles quite expansive, doing what feels the best to your body. And when you're ready, reversing that movement. Still feeling the tummy muscles making their action, the buttocks perhaps as well. One more in this direction before releasing that arm down to your sides. And when you're there, you maybe want to sort of shrug the shoulders a bit up and down. We'll do a little bit of the dancing shoulders. If you want to put your dancing hips into it as well, you can. So you feel down the sides of the body. Nice. Okay, and coming back to center. So we're sort of warming up a little bit. We're going to do our spinal undulations now. So with the feet nice and wide, little softness in the knees, breathing in as you take the elbows wide to open the chest and look up. And as you breathe out, imagine you're reaching over the ball in front of you, a big ball, scooping the belly in, just draping the hands forward a touch. Breathing in and up, squeezing the buttocks, lifting in the chest, breathing out, drawing the belly muscles in, still firm in the buttocks and draping forwards. Breathing in and up. Breathing out and rounding over. Lovely. Breathing in and up. Breathing out and rounding over. We'll do one more. Breathing in and up. Breathing out and rounding over. And we'll finish by breathing in to stand tall, reaching the arms wide. And just fluttering the fingers softly down, arms down to the sides. Doing a little bit of dancing shoulders, dancing hips if you need to. Awesome sauce. So we're going to come now to our chairs and do our chair-based cat-cow pose. So with your knees a little bit soft, finding your hands on the seat of your chair and adjusting so that you feel like you've got your knees underneath your hips or your feet underneath your hips and your hands maybe just a touch in front of your shoulders or directly underneath if you prefer. Scooping the belly in, so feeling that you're gently lifting the belly button towards the spine and engaging the buttocks as well. So imagine that you are trying not to pass wind. That's the kind of action that we're after, just a touch of that. And then from here, we're going to breathe in as we look forward and lift the tailbone at the same time, and breathe out as we round under, scooping the belly in, lifting the back of the body up towards the ceiling. Breathing in forwards, lengthening the tailbone and the chest forwards. Breathing out, scooping the belly under. Breathing in. And breathing out, firm in the belly, the buttocks. Breathing in. And breathing out. We're going to do just one more. Breathing in. And breathing out. And from this slightly rounded position, we're going to come back to normal or neutral. Step your feet towards your chair and just gently come to upright. Use the back of the chair for a little bit of support, particularly if you feel dizzy. Take a moment, just notice, and then when you're ready, you can give yourself a little bit of dancing shoulders, dancing hips as well. Awesome sauce, guys. So we want to have the chair, the back of the chair, with our hips towards it. And we're going to step just a little bit away from the chair so that we've got enough room between us to bend the knees a little bit forward. And then from here, we're going to come up onto tiptoes, firm in the belly, lifting tall with the crown of the head and the chest. And down onto the heels. And when we come down onto the heels, we're going to bend the knees as deeply as we feel able to, keeping the heels on the floor, and then come back to standing straight. We'll put a little bit of breath in with this as well. So as you breathe in, coming up onto tiptoes. As you breathe out, down onto your heels. As you breathe in, bending the knees deeply. And as you breathe out, back to the center. Firm belly, firm buttocks. Breathing in, float up to your tiptoes. Breathing out, float the heels down to the floor. Breathing in, bending the knees deeply. And breathing out, back to center. One more time, breathing in and up, breathing out and down, breathing in as you bend the knees, keeping your chest open, breathing out back to the center. Lovely job. If you need to, give your legs a little bit of a shake. If you need to do a bit of a shimmer, this is your shimmering time. Aces. So from here, we're going to come back into that chair pose, Utkatasana, but perhaps with the feet a little bit wider apart. So maybe just over hip width would be quite nice. So we're going to keep the chest lifted, belly and buttocks engaged, and bend the knees. And then look down and make sure that your knees are over your feet, that they haven't come together and they haven't fallen apart. If you have toes that have had a life in high heels and they don't point necessarily straight forward, you might not be able to see your big toes. But if you have toes that point straight forward, seeing your big toes is what we hope to see when we look down. And then here, we're going to firm the belly muscles and just roll the hips backwards and roll the hips forward. So knees stay bent, knees directly over feet, rolling hips backwards, rolling hips forwards. If this is dreadfully uncomfortable on your knees, you can go back to doing some standing undulations or some of that cat-cow pose that we did before this. Lovely job. We'll do one more, just getting used to feeling how it feels to lengthen the tailbone and tuck it under. And between those two extremes, there's a neutral point that we find at the end of the practice, and then come back to standing straight on our legs. And if you want to, you can give your legs a little bit of a shake. And you might feel that these large muscles in your legs or in your buttocks have been doing quite a lot of work. They might feel warm and engaged, and that's great. It's great for our metabolism. It's also great for strength, for combating osteoporosis as well. So give yourselves a thumbs up. Okay, so now we have done this practice. We're going to do a little bit of Warrior One. So from here, if you want to, we could add an extra element to this. So we'll try it this way first. So first we're going to step back with the right foot, just as far back as the right foot feels comfortable. We're going to release our weight into the right heel, but keep a hold of the chair. So if you need to bring the chair towards you a little, you can. Front foot is still pointing forwards, and if you look at your back foot, it's maybe just pointing a little bit out to the side, as if it was pointing at the corner of the room. Then we're going to focus on feeling our weight down into our heels, our big toes, the outside edges of the feet, and then lifting the arches up, drawing the knees up, firming the belly, the pelvic floor, the buttocks. We're going to bend the front knee so that it's over the foot, so it's supported by the foot. At the same time as we keep the chest open and the buttock of the back leg engaged. So if you want, you can poke yourself just to make sure you've got a little firmness there. It doesn't need to be rock hard, just need a little firmness there. And we're going to press our 2 feet into the floor the same. So we haven't got more weight into the front, we're not leaning forward. We've got weight into the back leg. 2 feet the same, 2 feet the same. And if you want to, you can hold on to your chair for support. And if you want to, you can bring one hand to your heart, or even both hands to your heart in Namaste. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Then we're going to place the hands back onto the chair and just bend, soften that back knee and step both feet to the front. When we've done that, maybe you want to give yourself a little bit of a shimmer. And here is a really nice time to do downward facing dog with the chair. So taking the feet back, feet apart, knees soft, and lengthening your tailbone behind you, the base of the spine, as you bring your torso down towards the floor. Parallel to the floor is what we're aiming for. So here, scooping the belly in, keeping the knees nice and soft, and sometimes it's quite nice to sway the tail from side to side. You get a sense of length across the hip and down the sides of the body. When you're ready, coming back to center, looking towards your chair, lifting yourself a little as you step up towards the chair again. Everyone good? Super. Okay, let's do the same thing on the other side. So just giving yourself a little bit of space from the chair. We're going to lift the left leg and step the left leg as far back as feels comfortable with the left heel on the floor. As we look down at the legs, the front toes are pointing towards the chair still. You might need to just bring the chair towards you a touch. And the back toes are pointing out to the side, but not all the way out to the side, just forward to the side. Focusing on the heels of the feet, the big toes, the outside edges of the feet, lifting in the arches, lifting in the knees, the pelvic floor, the abdomen, the buttocks. And here we're going to breathe in and then breathe out as we bend the front knee. And as we look down, want to see the big toe. If you could see the big toe in chair pose, see the big toe in warrior one as well. And here the knee is supported right over the foot. And we can give ourselves that sense of lift away from the chair, perhaps to bring one hand to the chest, or even both hands to the chest, or both hands on the chair, it doesn't matter which. And we're going to firm that back buttock, really make sure it's working well. Take a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. Allow the hands to come towards the chair. Just soften the back knee so it's nice and light and bouncy, and step both feet towards the chair again. Let's come and do our downward facing dog variation. So feet away from the chair, knees soft, hands supported on the back of the chair, just lengthening the whole of the torso. So the idea here is to create length. It's not about getting into a particular shape or what it might look like to someone else. It's about the feeling for you of length, perhaps under the armpits or down the sides of the body, along the back of the body, the back of the neck, the tailbone. Just taking a deep breath in, swaying if you want to sway, and a deep breath out. And when you're ready, soft knees, look towards your chair, walk towards your chair, come back to upright. Take a moment to hold the chair. Just feel really, really not at all dizzy before you let go. Awesome sauce. So that was a really nice sequence, and we're going to do it again, but with an added element. Ooh, how exciting. Or maybe two added elements. So this time, we're going to have the chair just a little bit away from us so that we can lift one knee in front of us, still got space between the back of the chair and our legs. Standing tall, firm belly, firm buttocks, and we're going to bend the knees like we did in our chair pose. Very nice. And then we're going to lift the right leg up. So come to standing on the left leg, lift the right leg up. Don't have to do this variation if you don't want to. And from here, I'm going to step that right foot back. The front knee is still bent, so we're in warrior one already. If you need the chair, just bring it a touch closer towards you. And if you prefer without the chair, you can bring your hands to namaste. Firm belly, firm buttocks. And for anyone who wants to, either holding the chair with one hand and lifting the other, or lifting both arms up. Imagine you're carrying a beach ball. We're going to breathe in here. And then breathe out, relax our arms back down to the chair. I'm going to stay here to do some twists. So with the left hand on the chair, breathe in, reach your right hand up. Take your right hand behind you as you look behind you, just as we normally do, but with both feet at the same. And breathing out, back to the center. Firm belly, firm buttocks. We do the same thing on the other side. So breathing in, reach the left hand up and back. Don't worry about how far back it goes. Breathing out, back to the center. Can you manage one more to each side? If the legs are okay, keep going. Breathing in, otherwise release. Coming into your twist towards the right. Breathing out, back to the center. Very good, guys. Opposite side, breathing in. Breathing out, back to the center. Very good. And from here, we're going to soften that back knee, make it nice and bouncy. So we're using co-opting our muscles to help, and then standing tall onto your left foot, lift your right leg up in front of you and step your right foot to the floor. Very good. Do a little wiggle or a schmiggle if you need it. We're going to go straight to the opposite side and then downward dog after. Okay, so firm belly, buttocks standing tall, bending both knees, coming into chair pose first. And then from chair pose, we're going to take the weight onto the right leg and lift the left leg up in front of us. And then take the left foot back behind us and come into warrior one. If you need the chair, just bring the chair a little bit closer towards you. In warrior one, firm belly, firm buttocks, we're going to bring the hands either one to the chest or two to the chest or both to the chair, whichever variation works for you. And then again, if you want to, you can have either one hand up or two hands up. Soft shoulders down. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then we're going to relax our hands back down to the chair. Very nice. So now we're ready for our twist. Firm belly, firm buttocks, firm legs. Reach the left hand forward. Breathe in, reaching up and back into your nice open twist. Breathing out as you come back to center. Just going to wherever feels good. Right hand, breathing in, opening all in a nice wide sweeping circle, and breathing out back to the center. Doing what suits your body best. One more time to each side. Breathing in if you can, and breathing out. Last time, breathing in and breathing out. And then to come out, we're going to make that back knee nice and soft and bouncy. We're going to transfer the weight onto our right foot, lift the left knee up in front of us, and then place the left foot to the floor. And here, just taking a moment to wiggle anything that needs wiggling, and then come into your chair-supported downward facing dog. And hopefully this feels really nice. You can lengthen the legs a little bit. Now we've been doing a bit longer if you want, or you can keep the knees nice and soft to sway your hips from side to side. So doing whichever of these variations suits you the best, or if you've got something else in mind, if you want to go a little bit deeper into your down dog, if you want to paddle through your knees, that's okay too. Any of these things, nice and releasing. And then after your next exhalation, just gently looking towards the chair back, walking towards your chair back, holding on for as long as you need to feel comfy, and then relaxing the arms down to the side. Aces. Well done, guys. So if you need to give yourself a little bit of a shake, you can give yourself a little bit of a shake. And we are going to now come to sitting down on the chair. Eventually, we always get to sitting down on the chair. And today, oh, there we are. Nice. So to begin with, in our seated practice, we want to be sitting towards the edge of the seat so that we aren't relaxing back and we haven't got an opportunity to relax those muscles which are keeping us sitting really tall. So if your feet need a block to feel like your knees are approaching hip height, then that's okay. And if they don't, they don't. We're going to relax our arms down to the side and just take a moment to shrug the shoulders up and down. So it can be opposite shoulders or both shoulders at the same time as you choose. Just a little bit of shrugging the shoulders up and down, arms nice and relaxed, fingers nice and relaxed. Excellent. And then just a few shoulder circles in both directions. Make sure we're not carrying tension from our previous practice into this one. And then we're going to use our hands at the sides of the chair. So if you don't have a chair that has legs that you can feel, you can place your hands onto your hips instead, which helps you to have some stability. If you've got chair legs that you can feel, you can use your hands here. So rolling your shoulder blades towards each other to lift the chest, lengthen through the back of the neck, lifting the crown of the head really tall, nice and firm in the belly. And we're just gently going to allow ourselves a side bend to the right and return to center, belly muscles really firm, and a side bend to the left and return to center. Let's keep going. Side bend to the right and return to center. Side bend to the left and return to center. Very good. Now we're going to take our right hand onto our right hip and we're going to lift the left arm up. So if your left hand wants to be on the hip as well, that's fine. You lift the left arm up and over to the right and return to center. We're going to keep going to the right side, so we're not going to swap sides. Now we're all set up, firm belly, firm everything, back to center. Let's do one more like that, breathing in and up and over. That's really nice, Annette. And back and down, very good. Let's swap hands. So firm belly, breathing in and up and over, bending this time to the left and breathing out and down. Very good. Breathing in and up and over and breathing out and down. We'll do one more. I knew you were doing the breathing anyway, even if I don't mention it. Breathing out and down. Fantastic. And just relaxing the arms. And then roll your wrists a few times. Maybe shake out the fingers and shake out the wrists. We're going to take the arms apart and then cross them over the chest and hug ourselves. So here, we're going to go in whichever direction the top arm is. So if your top arm is your right arm, you're going to twist to your right. And if your top arm's your left arm, you're going to twist to your left, okay? Doesn't matter, because we'll do both sides. So sitting tall as you breathe in, firm belly. Breathing out, twist towards the direction of your top arm. And come back to center. You're going to do two more. Twisting towards the top arm. And back to center. You can breathe in as we twist. And breathe out as we return. Very good. Going to reach the arms really, really wide. And when we reach them really wide, we're going to reach them behind us to hold onto our chairs behind us. Roll the shoulder blades towards each other and see if you can get your elbows to come towards each other behind you as well. Okay, and so if holding onto the chair doesn't work, you can have the arms out to the side, it's okay, just with the intention of moving them towards each other. Very good. And relaxing. Just a touch. Give your shoulders a bit of a wiggle. We've got to do the whole thing to the other side. So, reaching the arms wide, crossing the opposite arm over this time. Holding onto your shoulders or the sides of your body, firm in your belly as you sit tall, breathing in as you twist towards that side, and breathing out back to center. Breathing in as you twist, and breathing out back to center. We'll do one more. Breathing in as we twist. Breathing out back to center. And then we're going to reach the arms apart. This time we're going to put our fingertips up into the air and reach the heels of the hands, the palms of the hands as far apart as we can. Maybe take your shoulders down away from your ears. Lengthen all the way into the heels of the hands. Toes? No, not toes. Fingers back towards the body. And then we're going to turn the palms upwards. And we're going to take the thumbs all the way back behind us. So our palms are turned upwards this time, not turned downwards. Trying to reach the hands towards each other behind the body without leaning forward too much. Still keeping the belly firm. Turning the little fingers up towards the ceiling if you can. And then very gently relaxing just a little, turn the hands down, float the hands down to the sides. Whew. Goodness gracious. And rolling the shoulders, or wiggling the shoulders if you prefer a wiggle. Aces. Brilliant stuff, guys. So we are all warmed up now to do Warrior 2 and extended side angle pose. So I'm going to just encourage my block to be behind my, under my seat for a little while. And I'm going to sit to one side of my seat and turn, no, that's right. I'm going to sit to one side of my seat and turn my right foot out. So sit to the right side of your seat, turn your right foot out, and then lengthen your left leg wherever is comfortable out to the side. So here we're aiming to get the knee over the foot. So try not to have your foot forward and your knee pointing backwards, or your foot behind you and your knee pointing forwards. As you look at your foot, allow your heel to be hidden by your thigh so that your knee is directly over your foot. Fantastic stuff. This long leg, it's not completely passive. You're going to firm the muscles of this long leg and try and keep the toes and the heel down on the floor at the same time. Then we're going to firm our buttocks and belly muscles and sit really tall. Breathe in, take the arms out to the side. Breathe out, turn the palms down, reach the fingertips away from you and turn to look at the middle finger of your right hand. Breathing in here and breathing out. So we're going to move with our arms, with the legs stay the same. We're going to turn the palms upwards, breathe in, turn back your head to the center and reach your hands over the head to meet, or in front of you to meet, and breathe out, turn to look over the middle finger of your right hand as your arms come back out to the side. Lovely. Let's do 2 more like that. Breathe in, turn the palms up, head comes to center, reaching the arms to meet each other. Breathing out as you turn to look towards the right, over the right finger, arms out to the side. Last one. Breathing in and up. And breathing out and down. Very good. And then from here, we're going to breathe in as we reach our right arm over our right leg, and then bring the forearm down onto the right thigh as we exhale. And then as we breathe in, we're going to reach the left arm as far over as feels comfortable. So in the classic pose, we look to make a straight line from the tips of the fingers to the outside edge of the foot. And we can still do that here on our chairs, but you might want to be a little bit higher up instead of all the way down. That's okay, it doesn't matter. Take a deep breath in here and a deep breath out. And we're going to turn the top hand, palm up to the ceiling. Breathe in, back to our Warrior 2 pose. And then breathe out as we release the arms all the way down to the sides. We're going to help this long leg in by bending the knee, flexing the foot, and using our arms to help this leg in, and then the right leg to join it. We'll come back to the center, give ourselves a bit of a wiggle or a shimmer, and we'll do the whole thing to the other side. So shift yourself over to the left side of your seat, left leg pointing out to the side but with the knee bent, right leg straight and wherever feels good. I'm sorry, I've slightly twisted myself on my chair. There we are. So as you look down your left leg, you don't want to be able to see the heel of your foot because it should be underneath your thigh. Okay, fantastic. Try to keep the legs feeling strong, that sense of lift in the buttocks and the thighs and the belly. We're going to breathe in and take our arms out. And breathe out as we lengthen the fingertips away from us, draw the shoulder blades towards each other and look at the middle finger of the left hand, or gaze across it. And then we're going to do our arms up and down. So turn the palms, breathing in, bring the palms towards each other over the head, head in the center. And breathing out, turn to look over the left hand as you take the arms apart again. Breathing in and up. Firm in the belly, breathing out and down. One last time, breathing in and up, breathing out and down. And then from here, as you breathe in, lengthen over towards the left. And as you breathe out, dropping your left forearm to the thigh or hand to the hip and reach your right arm over. Just taking a couple of deep breaths in whichever position you find yourself in, really firm in your belly, firm in your legs, firm in your buttocks. Last deep breath in, deep breath out, and then we're going to turn the top palm up towards the ceiling. Breathe in as we reach up, creating that space to move. Breathe out as we come into warrior two, and then we're going to relax the arms down. Flex the right foot, soften the right knee, just help the right back to center, and then help the left knee to center as well. Coming to sitting on your chair, we're going to finish all of that with a lovely forward bend. So feet are nice and wide. Get yourself a little bit more sat on your chair than before. And we're going to start by breathing in, opening the chest, maybe taking the hands wide. As you breathe out, take your hands onto your thighs, slide them down your legs, leaning forward into your forward bend. And just taking a moment here in your forward bend, it helps to roll your shoulder blades towards each other to create space down the back of the neck. And maybe it feels comfortable to very slowly and gently turn your head from side to side, or do a little gentle nodding action. It might not feel comfortable to do that, that's okay too. Scoop your belly in, that gives your back a little bit more room to lengthen. And then after your next exhalation, we're going to engage the belly and the buttocks and slide up to seated again. And then you can really relax, guys, because we're at the end of our moving bit for today. So if you'd like to get yourself comfortable in a different position for breathing and relaxation, you can. If you prefer to recline on your sofa, perhaps, or lie on the floor if you like doing that, or in bed even. So we can put the feet back up onto our blocks, and now we're going to settle ourselves right back into our seat so that we're supported by the seat and the body can relax a little bit deeper, soften a little bit more. And today for our sort of concentration exercise, we're going to do an exercise with the fingers. So here, if you can rest your hands down in your lap, it's fine, but you can have them up. I've got them up just for demonstration purposes, really. We're going to bring our little finger and thumb tips together, then ring finger and thumb tips, then middle finger and thumb tips, and then first finger and thumb tips. Back to the little finger, ring finger, middle finger, first finger, little finger, ring finger, middle finger, first finger, little finger, ring finger. I will stop saying it now. So try going as quickly as you can, accurately, so without fluffing it too much. And if you fluff it a bit, it doesn't matter. There's nobody watching. It's all good. Super, a little bit of finger gym. And then the next time you get to your first finger, you can just stop. Lovely. If you've got your hands up, relax them down in between. And just take a moment to wiggle yourself or soften anything that needs softening. We'll maybe give our hands a little bit of a shake. And then we're going to come back to do this again, but from first finger to little finger. So thumb to first fingertip, to middle fingertip, ring fingertip, little fingertip, first fingertip, middle fingertip, ring fingertip, little fingertip, first, middle, ring, little, first, middle, ring, little, first, middle, ring, little, and going as fast as you can. Sorry, I'll stop muttering. As accurately as you can. And it might be that this is a more challenging way, or this maybe feels more natural than the previous one. Who knows? So we'll do a couple more. And then I'm trying not to fluff it myself. When you finish on your little finger, relaxing the arms down, Giving your shoulders a little bit of a wiggle if they need a little bit of a wiggle. And this time we're going to roll the wrists. So drawing the backs of the hands together, rolling through the wrists. And the opposite way as well. Very good. So we're going to go back to our fingertip exercise, but this time starting from the little finger, ring finger, middle finger, first finger, and then back to middle, back to ring, back to little. So forwards and backwards through the sequence. And for some people, this is easier than just going in one direction. Again, trying to do it with speed and accuracy. And one hand may perform better than the other, which is what I've just realized. Or maybe not. And just doing a couple more when you feel ready to stop. Relaxing the arms down. Rolling the shoulders a little bit. We're going to press the heels of the hands together, so the base of the palms of the hands together, and snap apart. Press the base of the palms together, snap apart. Press the base of the hands and snap. Press and snap. Press and snap. Shake out your hands or roll your wrists if you prefer, and come to rest the hands wherever is comfortable for relaxation. And we're going to do a little breathing and finish with relaxation thereafter. So for this, relaxing yourself back into your chair as much as you're able to. If you really want to, you can hold your hands into Chin Mudra, which is the first finger and thumb together, with the palms turned up or down, resting on the laps or resting together. Or if you prefer to just hold one hand in the other, that's fine too. Gently close your eyes and become aware of your natural, spontaneous breath. Just taking a moment to center your head over your body, softening the features of the face and softening the shoulders and chest as well. And then observing your breath. And when you're ready, you can gently deepen your breath. Begin to make it just a little bit more long, languid. As if the breath is in no hurry to fill the lungs or to leave the body. Try to avoid making a lot of noise with your breath. Let it soften towards silence. Doesn't have to be completely quiet, just soft. And now begin to count the length of your inhalation and exhalation. Doesn't matter how you count, as long as you count the same on both parts of the breath. I like to count in ohms, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, etc. Observe which part of your breath is longer, or perhaps both parts of your breath are balanced. If your inhalation is longer, you're going to work towards extending your exhalation so that the breath is balanced both on inhale and exhale. If your breath is already balanced, or if your exhale is just slightly longer, you can do the next part of this practice. So however long you're breathing in for, at the top of your breath, you're going to hold your breath for the same amount of time. So for example, breathing in for 4, hold for 4, breathing out for 4, and holding the breath out the body for 4. The breath is like a square, breathing in, holding at the top of the breath, breathing out, and holding at the bottom of the breath as well. Continue to make your breath a square. If you feel that the breath is not able to be soft and slow and steady, you can remove the holds and simply breathe in and breathe out without holding. Continue breathing in this way, balancing the breath or adding a little hold, a pause at the top and the bottom of the breath. Allow your focus to be on your breath, guiding your awareness back to the breath if it wanders for the remainder of this practice. At the end of your next exhalation, allowing your breath to fall into its natural rhythm again, falling away into silence, softening the features of your face, your shoulders, and any remaining effort in the body. Allowing the body to relax a little deeper with every exhalation. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Bring your awareness back to your hands and your feet by moving your fingers and toes. Maybe take a few moments to roll your ankles, roll your wrists. Hear all that popping and clicking, nothing to worry about. When you feel ready, you can bring your palms together and rub them vigorously, getting lots of heat into the hands, movement into the arms, the shoulders. Press them hard, rub them fast. When they begin to feel warm, press a little harder, rub a little faster, and then place them over your eyes. Feel that warmth soften and release the area around your eyes. Blinking into your palms a few times before releasing your hands down as you open your eyes. Namaste, guys. Thank you for joining me for this practice. I hope you enjoyed it. And for those of you who are watching on the video, thank you for joining us and see you again soon.